Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is another Let's Make video, and look what we're playing with. We're going to play with a few sets from Stamps of Life. They are so cute. We have an everyday stencil set. These are all purchased off of HSN. Like I said, from the Stamps of Life, the first set is the Floral Frenzy Drop and Die set. This is a great set. Comes with your A2 size cover plate, 3 drop-ins, and then 3 sentiments with layering. Oh my good night. This set is so pretty. It is really nice. We're going to play with the Floral Frenzy Border Die set. It comes with 2 pieces and fully cuts out that gorgeous intricate. Here, let me show you what it looks like. It looks like that, like, right? Cut it out in gold, so it's like, ooh, yeah. And then it comes with this awesome layering piece here. And so the 2 pieces come together. And then I believe these also come with, so that's what we're playing. We're playing with those 2, the stencils. Oh yeah, we're going to play with, this stamp set, I believe came with the Floral Frenzy Border die set, but don't quote me on it. And the Floral Frenzy drop-in die set came with some other stuff. They were like sets, but they came with like adhesive sheets and some other things. But I've had them all jumbled. I don't know what goes to what. So you want to go to HSN and look up Stamps of Life and see what she has on there and what the bundles come with. But I'm just letting you know, these are like really great sets. And I'm pretty sure this came with the border one. And but anyways, these are photopolymer. And they stamp really nice and really crisp. So here is a 5x7 card I made with the Floral Frenzy drop-in set. Use the everyday stencils on the front, some stencil paste, glitter them up, and then that's one of those stamps. Like, right? How cool is that? And then these are some Stamps of Life die cut or ephemera pieces that came in another kit that I had gotten a while ago. And so that's we're gonna make something like that. I'm gonna do it in lavender though, and then we're gonna make something like this, and then this uses the cover plate but upside down, and then the border die. And like, right, how cute is that? And so you open it up, you get a really fun, and that's another one of those, like, how crisp is that? Isn't that beautiful? And then those dies cut out really stinking nice. That is so intricate, and it's nice. I have it double stacked on some black, and it's cut out in pink foil, but like, right, how fun is that, right? So we're gonna use these not traditionally how they were meant to be used. We're just gonna have some fun with them, right? And then I have a few of the things. This came with a butterfly set, a Stamps of Life butterfly set. That was on HSN. I think it's still on there. I got some circle dies out of my stash. I've got a My Favorite Things cloud stencil. I have Stamps of Life brick with grass stencil. We're going to use the grass piece at the bottom of it and just have a little bit of fun. And so that is what we're playing with today. I also pulled out of my stash. I have some beautiful purple vellum. So on the back of this, I added vellum. And thought that was really cool because I was like trying to figure out how to get a place to write in here, right? Without it showing through, because originally I didn't have anything. You could just see right through the die cut there. And so I wanted to make it to where I could technically put a sentiment in there. So I was able to stamp this and then also have a place to write, and it would be disguised by the vellum, but you would still get the illuminate quality of the die cut through the gems and everything in the die cut. And I thought that just, like, right, what a showstopper. It looks lit, doesn't it? It's so pretty. And then you get the stencil paste with the glitter on the top of it, and that is just stinking fun. And so yeah, we're gonna replicate each of these. Not totally, but something similar. They don't ever come out like identical, right? But that's what we're gonna do with something like that. So yeah, these just turned out. This one I popped up, but this one is all glued down, so it is flat. Pop that puppy in an envelope, and it is one stamp. That's it, one stamp. And yeah, where this one has some dimension, but you could get away with putting this in an envelope with one stamp as well. It would be fine. You'd have to put a piece of cardstock over the top of it so it's all flat. But you could definitely do that if you pop the cover plate up. But anyhow, so that's what we're playing with. And so, yeah, let's get started because the stenciling, it dries quick. Stamp Supply stencil paste dries quick, but, you know, it still takes a minute, right? It's not instantaneous. We do have to let it dry for a second. So what we want to do is we want to cut our base. I'm going to do that. This pink one is a 5x7, and that's an A2 4¼ by 5½, the smaller one here, and we're going to make the two different sizes. So I have some purple cardstock. This is probably grape. It's Stamps of Life. It's a really awesome weight. I have some Nina Solar White cardstock. This is 80 pound. It's a little bit lighter than this, which is just fine. It is a great cardstock for inking on and doing all kinds of stuff with it, and die cutting. So we're going to use that, but we need 2 card bases, so I need my guillotine trimmer, and we're going to make a 5x7 card base first, and then we'll make an A2. So we're going to cut this down to 10 by 7. And then we're going to make an A2 size one. Wait, is this? It's 8½. So this is already A2. This is a half a sheet of paper. So it's 8½ by 5½. And we're going to score on the 8½ side at 4¼ to get us an A2 size card base. And then we have, actually we do need to cut this down anyways. So let's go. I do need a couple pieces that are 4¼ by 5½. So this is a 4¼ by 5½. So I've got two to cut my cover plates out, and then I need one more. I need one more for my for that die cut there. The flower die cut in the center, and then yeah, because we're going to use the circles on the other ones to do the other die cutting. So there we go there. And now we're done with this for a minute. And we just need a scoreboard. And we're going to go here. So the A2 one on the 8½ side, we're going to score at 4¼ to get us a fantastic little card base here. Burnish the folded edge. Boom. Instant card base. What? Perfect. This one we're going to score on the 10 side at 5. Then we're going to fold and burnish. And voila. 5 by 7. Boom. Very awesome. Perfect. And this is heavier, so I want to score or burnish this a little bit more. Press it a little bit more. So it wants to stay closed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stencil on the top of this. But first, I need to do a little bit of die cutting. I need to do a little bit of die cutting on this. And so what we want to do is we want to create our cover plate here. We need to cut 2 cover plates. So what I ended up doing, here, there's 4 pieces. So what I ended up doing was I took the, this Floral Frenzy. We're going to take the cover plate and we're going to pop it in the center of this A2 size panel. And now I'm going to take my Umbrella Crafts dies, and I'm going to use these to cut out the center there. Typically what you would do with this die set is you would, will that go? Yeah. Typically what you would do with this die set is these are meant to pop in here. So you would pop this right side up or however you wanted. If you wanted to go sideways, you would turn it to where it was sideways. If you wanted it upside down, you would turn it to where it was upside down like that. But ideally how they created them was you pop this on the front of your panel and pop this in like this, and then you cut them out together, and then it creates the whole panel. Wait, where's the oh, right here. It all cuts out together, so that die cut is integrated into the panel. It's not separate. All those flowers are attached. That's how all the pieces work. But we're gonna cut it out separately, so that's the reason I have a circle die. And let me tell you how big this one is. This is a 3, I believe this is a 3-inch. This is a 3-inch circle, is what this is. So check your Stamps of Life for a 3-inch circle. Check Lawn Fawn. This is Umbrella Crafts, has a 3-inch circle. Hero Arts might have one. Check your die sets to see what you have. And if you have one. A 3-inch circle. The other thing too is this, the birthday, the flip card, the new flip card that came out on HSN, those drop-ins fit in this circle here. So her drop-ins that she just released, they're the birthday ones or the ones from the decollage circle flip it, the decollage flip it, those fit in here. So, and those have a 3-inch circle too. So you could use, if you bought those as well, you can use those. I just picked them up. There's free shipping today, so I just picked those up on HSN. But yeah, you can use one of those layering ones in the center of here, would work perfect as well. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, cut this out 2 times, one for each of the cards. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this on here. I am actually cattywampus. I want to center this up as much as possible because we're actually going to use the edge, the outside border of this card when it cuts out on the inside of our card. And then so I'm going to layer those together and cut these out together like this. I'll be right back. I'm going to do this twice. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, yeah, so keep this and keep this because we're going to use those for the card. And so now we have two of these. And so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and actually we want to take one of these panels. We want to line this card base up on the edge of our magnetic mat or on the edge of your plate, whatever it is you're using to cut on. And we want to line up. We want to put this, we want to line this up where we want this to be on our card base, right? So wherever looks the best to you is where you want this to be lined up at, because that's where we're going to tape this down. Actually, I have to put this under here. I'm just centering it up under the hole. Like that. Is that straight? That looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. So we're gonna leave that there. And we're gonna go ahead and tape that down. And I'm gonna tape it to the inside of the circle. I'm gonna tape this on the inside of the circle so that way if it sticks, it's not on my card base that I want to stay pretty. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this on top like this. And I'm gonna run this through my machine like this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what you should be left, right? Awesome. That is very cool. And now we can stencil the front of this. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this for our other card, since we are making 2 cards here. I need to cut the front out of the other one as well. So let's take this card base, oopsie, and line this fold up on the edge of the mat or on the edge of your cutting plate. And then this one, we want to pop this one at the bottom. And because we're going to put this one, we want this to go to the bottom. So I'm going to line up this card front, center it up on the front of the card, and then line this up underneath like that, because this window is going to line up with this cut window here. So that's why you want to make sure that it's in the right spot when you go to pop it on here. So let's go like that. And then where's our other tape? I need another tape. Well, I had 2 tapes. Maybe, oh, right there. Maybe I only need 1 tape. Here, just in case. And then let's pop this on, and I'll run this through, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's what you get there, right? And then look at how fun this is. Line it up with the hole, and like, right? How cool is that? Gives you the window. That is pretty fun, right? Okay, and so now those are done. And now what you want to do is you want to take this circle here, and you want to pick which drop-in you want to do. And like I said, if you had the birthday ones or the holiday ones, you could swap them out with this card front. But let's see. Let's do, I'm going to do this one on the A2. And hang on one sec. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to line this up on the back. This is the circle that came out of the front. And so I'm just lining this up on the back. And then we're going to cut that out. And then I'm going to take the next largest circle that was in this die set, and I'm going to cut out the one that I want for the front of this one. And I'm going to actually, that's why I needed that other A2 panel, another A2. So I'm just going to use another A2 panel, and I'm going to plop these two together. Centered up though. About like so. And I'm going to cut these out together, and I'll be right back. Okay, and then what you end up with is, this one looks like this here. And what we're going to do with this is this gets popped up on the back of here we're going to pop it up with some thin foam dimensionals, right? Isn't that great? On the back of here, and with thin foam, it gets put on back there. So that's that one. And then this one gets to be, what we do with this is we cut this out. We're going to cut this one out. Or it might already done. Oh, so we just have to trim this up just a tad. And then this is what is going to actually go on the inside of the A2 one. And so I'm just trimming off all the little white bits. Whatever doesn't look good. Because you'll see that. Okay, and then this is going to line up in here on the inside. And we're going to do a bit of coloring on the inside of this. We're going to do this. So that'll be really fun there. So that's where that piece goes. Okay, and now what we're going to do is, what we want to do right now, though, is we definitely want to stencil. So that could be drying, because that's going to take a minute to dry. So let's get that going here. I was just cleaning out the die, so it was ready to go if I needed to make a new one. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, what we need this here. Whoopsie. We need this guy here. We need our, let's see, we could go grape on for our hearts on this. So let's grab our stencils. I think I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to do the small hearts and the grape, and then I'm going to stencil the flowers on top with the stencil paste, and then see what that looks like, and if I want to add glitter or not. Because in all reality, glitter, it will, it's messy. So there you are there. It's a teeny bit messy. So let's do this here. I need a blending brush. I'm going to use one of my new ones I got from Michael's. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is these are great. Her stencils are made to go on top of a 5x7 card. She makes them so much larger. I just love that she does that. So just about any size card you do, these will fit on. I mean, you could shimmy it to where you can put it on a 6x6. You can line it up like that. But definitely 5x7. A2, obviously. A 5x5 square card you could. What does that look like? Oh, you could kind of see that a little. So I just got this lined up on the front, and I'm just going to blend grape ink over the top of it. Like that. What? How pretty is that? This is going to be beautiful. I'm going to try to get these outside ones as dark as I can, because those are the ones you're actually going to see the most. The ones up here and the ones down here on the edge. Yeah, that one you're not even going to see. Whoopsie. And you don't want to shift it. You don't want to shift it because then your flower one won't line up. I'm going to try not to go off the stencil on the left side here, because otherwise you'll see it on the back. Let's see, is that... Oh, look at how pretty. I probably have to ink these again. Oh my gosh, right? Oh my gosh, how cute, right? That's so cute. Okay, line it back up. Not a big deal. And actually, yeah. So let me finish this off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, there we are, right? Isn't that the cutest? That is pretty stinking fun. Okay, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our flower stencil and we are going to take a palette knife. So what we want to do here is we want to line this up now on the front in between all the hearts. And you can see, I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera. Oh, I didn't even notice that one. This has a, there we go. And you want to make sure that too, the Stamps of Life you can read. If it's backwards, it won't line up properly. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to line up all those flowers in between the hearts. And you can actually see them. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but in real life here, I can actually I can actually see them. So I'm just going to go accordingly. Like so. And I think that is going to be fabulous. And so now what I'm going to do is I got a palette knife here. This is just a cheap, generic palette knife. It is nothing fancy at all. Ooh, I should have said this is probably going to be a long video. Get a beverage, hang out, or maybe skip to the end if you want to see what they look like. Should have said that. Sorry. Oh, hang on one sec. Okay. So, John came in. I just had to close my door. So what I have here is I have Stamps of Life stencil paste. I hope she still sells this. Yeah, I think she does on our website, stampsoflife.com. And so I just have a little bit here. It's a little bit thick. Normally it's not this thick, but mine's been in the jar for a minute. Yeah, which is a reminder. I started using this stuff because I just had to throw out so many jars on the last stencil project that I did. Oh man, I had some pretty stuff too. And it was like, oh wow, that's what I get. And they were closed, they weren't even opened. That's what I get for hoarding. I was like, okay, so you're just gonna like trowel it on with your palette knife. That's like basically all you're gonna do. Hold it at an angle and press a little into the stencil. So that way the stencil paste goes down into the stencil. Oops, and try not to pick the stencil up. Is the best, generally. And I should be only putting this where I know it's gonna be seen. But the camera is at such an interesting angle right now. Just have this one last bitty flower. And then scrape off. And the most important thing after you're done with this is washing your stencil. When you're done, you want to do it like right now because this stuff dries so fast, and your palette knife. So here is the reveal. Right? How pretty is that? Isn't that a hoot? That is so stinking fun, right? And so that's a reveal, and I'm gonna go wash this. I'll be right back. Oh, I think I got on my sweater. Okay, so if you just take a little scrub brush, a little like nail scrub brush to them, you can get most of the stuff off and out of the little stencil pieces. You might end up with a little bit of funkiness of just because that stuff dries so quickly. And because it does, and then I got distracted. That's okay. We'll fix that. It's okay. Oh, it's all right. Don't worry. Oh man. Yeah. See, like this is already dry. Because I got distracted too. Oh, I won't be able to put any glitter on the top of this either. I think it's actually this stick part is still, but like this stuff is already dry. I mean, and that was like less than 5 minutes. That's wild. How fast this stuff dries. Oh my. Yeah, I got it on the back. Whoops. So yeah, so the thicker you put it on, the little bit longer it takes to dry, but this will be dry in like it's just tacky. It's not even getting on my finger. But this stuff down here is dry. Yeah, like see, not even. This was already on my hand. But that stuff I think is thick down there. Nope, this is like just about dry too. But because of that, we're not going to be able to put glitter on it because it won't stick. So we're going to forego that portion of it, which is completely fine. And we're going to roll to, while we're letting that finish it. Well, can we, I bet we could actually just keep going, on this card and get it done. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. So we're going to do this. This is going to pop up on this, right? Isn't that the cutest thing? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's put some dimensionals behind this. And it would have been so much cuter if I had glitter, but I wasn't quick enough. I was super slow on the draw. So I'm just going to pop a few dimensionals on the back of this cover plate here. And you don't need too many. This is probably way more than enough. But peace of mind, I guess. And I like that many. And what we also need to do is I need to cut out a sentiment. I need to cut out a sentiment, and I need to cut out the vellum piece. And we have to color them. We have to color the sentiment too. And then we're almost actually done with this. Very cool. let's see, and then we're just going to take this, we're going to line it up on the front of this, center it up on the front of here. And that looks pretty good to me. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's pretty fun. Okay, and then on the inside, we're going to take this and we're going to put dimensionals on the front. On the front, we're going to put dimensionals, and then we're going to apply it to the back of the card. And let's see, but I need tiny dimensionals because I don't actually want to see this size here. You can actually see on the back of it, or I mean on the front of it. So I'm using these really tiny ones, which they're not very deep or thick, but that's just fine because you only need a tiny amount of space to create dimension. You don't need gobs of depth. Just a little bit creates the illusion that there's more than what there actually is. And you think, wow, how did you get that super shadow box on there? But in reality, it's these tiny little baby ones. And so let me put these around the edge here. I'm just going around the edge, trying to be in the center as much as possible. And I'll take the backers off too. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the backers off and all those put on there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the stems down. And then I'm just going to line this up in here. Line up the circle with the other circle. And then press. What? Yeah. And then the same large circle I used to cut this out, I'm actually going to cut out a piece of vellum. This purple vellum, and I want to put it behind it. And this is Anna Griffin matte vellum. She has it in, this is the everyday vellum. I think it's everyday vellum. She has it in Christmas colors, and then just your regular colors like the pink and the purple and blue and stuff. A paler blue. And so I'm going to cut this out. Oh, and I'm going to cut out my thanks as well. And I'm cutting this out in... Can I go here? Awesome! I'm going to cut it out of this one. In this white cardstock. And I'll be right back. Okay, so then we have this one here, right? Look at how awesome that is. And we're going to ink that up, and then we have our vellum. And this, we're going to put some glue around the outside edge of this. Like so. I will advise you probably want to be a little neater than I'm being. Because, yeah, you don't want all the schmutz inside. Okay, then we're lining that up. And now we're going to press that down on the back of here. And just, make sure the glue is adhered to the back. Like so. And then what? How fun is that, right? And then, yeah, it's going to sit on the table and illuminate like that. Isn't that great? Oh, my goodness. And it's a lavender. Okay, so now what we want to do is... Oh, let's put our... I was going to see what we wanted as far as what color. These are more Stamps of Life. And I don't know what sets these colors came in. But I wanted to see, like, what... color do we want? I think that purple is great. This darker purple, because I have a lavender as well. I'm going to do the darker purple. So I'm just going to get my Crystal Katana gem picker upper out of its stored location up here. I was like, I couldn't find it. I put it back though. I was a little more organized than I'm being right now. And then all I did was I just ran a little bit of glue around the edge. And then popped these right on. Popped them in the center like that. And I just tried to get it on the edge. Now, when I did those other ones, there was no vellum behind. So there's that. Hopefully you won't see the glue. Hopefully you won't see the glue. I don't think so, because you can't see the glue on the back of the vellum. You can't see the glue on the back of the vellum. I'm looking for all the big ones because they come in multiple sizes. I wanted the big ones to go on here, but you guys don't have to watch all this, so let me be right back. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, look how pretty. Isn't that so pretty? Yeah, the gems the glue, don't worry, the glue will dry clear. And then this here, it just illuminates the fact that there's gems in it is all that you're seeing actually is the light going through the gem, which I think that is so stinking fun. And look at how pretty that already is, right? That's a pretty fun card right there. But there's more. Wait, there's more. So what we're going to do with this little guy, though, is we're going to take two different colors of ink. And I have Stamps of Life grape ink. And we're just going to do a little inking on it. Whoops. And then we're going to take, oh, shoot. I should have probably made sure my mat was clean. Oh, man, I think that's, I don't know what that is. Stencil paste, maybe. Okay, well, it's probably clean up there, since I did stamp up there, and it was fine. And we're going to do a little, oh, yes. Okay, wait, whoops. Okay, there, that's fine. And now look, right? Oh my goodness, isn't that great? That is pretty stinking fun. And then that is just going to pop up there like that. Like, isn't that pretty stinking fun? Okay, so just a little bit of glue on the back of this. And we are golden. Oh, we have to do the inside though. Oh, we have to add the butterflies. No, not on the top of the H though, because I'm hoping I can get the H and maybe the T to pop up a little. And the K. I think this one. I think the T is on. But I think maybe we'll go here. Like right. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Right. Isn't that is pretty stinking fun. And then look. Oh, isn't that great? Thanks. Oh my goodness, that is pretty cool. Okay, and so now on the inside, oh, okay, and we need butterflies. We did want butterflies. We do love a butterfly. We're gonna add, like, isn't that the easiest thing ever too? I mean, that's pretty fun. So let's see, we have these purple ones. Let's pop these purple ones on. We're gonna pop that there. This one is going to go there, and then we need a big purple one here for the inside of the card. This one for the inside. So that one, this one, oh, these all get popped up. So we need little dimensionals. Let's see, this guy goes here. And it's fun if it can hang off just a tad, you know? Like that. And then this one just needs a little bit and a little floofing. Just a tiny bit of floof. And if it hangs off a little, awesome sauce. All right. And then on the inside, what we're going to do is we're going to take this rectangle that we cut the front cover plate out with. We're going to pop some glue on it. And we're going to, this isn't as critical as other things. This just, just gets glued down is all. We're going to pop it on here in a fun little spot. Try to get it square and straightish because it is rectangular in fashion. Press that down and then pop this butterfly, and I got that funkiness there, so I'm gonna and then you won't even see it, and it'll be a nice little surprise, a little butterfly surprise, and then you won't see my little party foul. You won't even see it. Look at that. Boom, right? That is pretty good. And now let's grab a sentiment. And thanks. Your kindness is a treasure I will always cherish. I'm so thankful for you. Oh, thanks. Sending you warm hugs and all my love. Oh, we're so doing that. And we're going to go at the top. I love that. These are such sweet sentiments. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And it's an all-purpose, thank you kind of an expression there. And we'll get a little blockage here. Like so. We're going to stamp it in grape, though, so it's like the darkest. Maybe. That looks good. And then we're just going to... Hopefully nothing's under there. I waited. I paused. Be straight, be straight, be straight. Be straight, be straight, be straight, be straight. Oh, I hope it's straight. ABC 1, 2, 3, up, down, and lifting. Boom. Sending you warm hugs and all my love. That looks pretty good. It's kind of lightish. It's a little bit light. I wonder if I can do that hover technique. Oh no. No, I can't. The angle is all wrong. And you guys will not be in frame. Nope, the angle's all wrong. I love that. I'm going to love that until all of eternity. Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. And then you can't see it, but look at that. What a right on the table. Illuminates from the vellum. And beautiful on the inside as well, right? That is pretty cool. Okay, so that's the first card. Those stencils, right? The bomb. Amazing. And the die plate, awesome. Sentiment, amazing. Like, super, super cool. So, next, what we want to do is, we want to get this one going here. I got a random little fella there. Okay, so let's see. On this one, what we want to do is, we want to, actually, I think this one, I'm going to just glue it down. I'm going to glue everybody down. So that way, this one can just go in the mail without anything. I mean, you won't have to worry about it at all because it'll be super flat. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on the back of this cover plate here. And line this up on the front of the card. Over the hole, but like rectangularly square on the front. Right? And that is looking pretty good to me. So we're going to go ahead and press that down. There you go. Pressing that down. Hopefully I don't have too much schmutz on my hands. Okay, and then look, right? Isn't that great? Okay, so what we need now, though, is we need a because we're going to ink these guys up here. We need, we could do this one in purple as well. We could do all these in purple. So I'm thinking, but I need a template. So I need one more A2. I need this guy here. And we need an A2 because we're going to make a template here. And I need the smaller circle die. Somewhere in here we had a small circle. Smallish. Oh, there it is. Right here. Oh, we do want to tape this guy down though. We want this one like this. We do want this like this. And then we're going to take the cover plate off. And then this is going to be our mask for stenciling. Let me cut this out. I'll be right back. Okay, so what you should have is another one that looks like this, but without the cover plate. Just the circle. And what this does is it gives you a mask for where your circle is in here. And once you get that lined up perfectly, what you want to do is you want to then tape this down. And I just tape it to the inside of the card like so. Here, was that? I don't think that was proper. Oh, it is. You just... There we go, right there. We're going to do it here, and I'm just going to go here on one side, and I'm going to go here on the other, like that. And this is going to get us to be able to stencil on the inside. And so I need green and some blues. And we're going to do some greens and blues. Mint chip is for my grass stencil. And so the bottom of the brick and grass stencil from Stamps of Life, I got a piece of Post-it tape. And I'm just going to, like, okay, that looks good. We're just going to go like right there. And all you do is, and then this is the bottom of the circle. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the bottom of the circle there. And so what you're going to be able to do is, because we have a mask, and this grass stencil's upside down, but it doesn't bother me. It gives you the illusion of grass. And that's all I'm going for, is just an illusion of, I'm not perfect. Yeah, none of this stuff has to be perfect. You just trick your mind into being something other than what it is. Okay, there we go there. That's the grass. And look at that, looks like grass, right? Your brain goes, it's kind of upside down, but wait till we put the clouds on top. Then you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's grass. And it's upside down grass still. It's pretty great how your brain works. Okay, so now I got another, so I'm going to do a light pool color. I'm doing Pool and Pacific, 2 different shades of blue. And I'm going to start at the bottom. And this My Favorite Things stencil is a great flipping. It's a great one that flips. Ooh, I don't think that's the color I actually used before. Huh. That's okay. It'll be fine. I think I should use Pacific though, because I think this pool is definitely bright. It's very pooly. Whoops. Whoops. It's okay. We'll fix it. And we'll just come down here. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine, guys. Don't worry. Trust me. Once we get everything over to the top of it, you'll be like, oh, that looks like the sky. Don't worry. Everything's okay. Everything's perfectly normal. See, no problema. There, darken it up just a teeny bit, and then just a hair down here. You don't need too much. That's it. We're good. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine. Your eye's gonna be like, hey, it's okay. What? See? It's like grass and clouds. And now watch. These are gonna go over the top of it, and you could leave it just like this, and look how cute that is. But if we color them, that'll add just that much more. So I think we ought to color them. And since we have purple, I think we ought to just go with the purple. That's... Oh, wait. We were going to use Zig watercolors. So let's grab some Zig watercolors. Let's see. This has purple. Yeah. We'll get a couple of little purples here. Let's try maybe these two. I don't know. Actually, yeah, let's see what is what, right? Yeah, that's good. What we'll do is we'll just, like, do this for the center. We'll just do, like, this little purple for the center. And it's going to be fine. Don't worry. And then what we have is we have a water brush. This is just a little paintbrush filled with water. And you can get these on scrapbook.com. And then we're just going to blend that color out. Maybe. Did I pause too long? Generally, if you do that, okay, well, I guess I need a different color then. Maybe this one. This one looks a little bit nice. Maybe we do that. Don't ask me what I did there. I don't know. Oh, we'll just do it all in purple. It'll be fine. In this purple. I don't know what I did there. I got something funky going on. Generally, if you... When I do something like this, just doing the outside of the petals and then I water brush it, it just like all blends. So I don't know what I did. Yeah, it's not wanting to do anything there. Alright, well that's okay. Did that one not go? That's okay. We'll just use this lighter purple here. And we'll just blend it. It'll be fine. Everything's okay. And it doesn't help I'm not on watercolor paper, so... yeah, so I don't know how well this is going to actually look. That's pretty cute. Yeah, let's just keep doing that. That'll be fine. So I'm just going to go over this whole thing with the light. The flower, not the stems. And then I'll pop a little darker on the top and blend it out. At the end of the petals like this. Oops, there's one more. And then we'll just kind of give it a little blendy fun there. There, that looks good. We'll just do that. Oops. Okay, and then we'll just color all of this. Like that. It will be fine. A little bit of this on the end. A little bit like that on the end of each petal. Everybody's happy. It's just fine. Yeah, there we go. Everything is awesome. See how cute? I think it's just the multiple colors make it super adorable. And then we'll just pop a little green at the bottom there, which we have in this pack here. And I guess we'll do the same thing. I'll do all green at the bottom. This lighter green, all lighter green. And then we'll put a touch of maybe, and maybe like that. Oops, not that one, the lighter one. And then hopefully blend that up. Yeah. There. That looks cool. We'll do them all like that. I think that's pretty. So like, oops, oh, it's magic. Oh, poor little guy, he got bent. Just a little bit like that. And then just bring that up the stem. And then this one. Like that. And then we'll just do a little at the bottom, the base of the leaves, and blend those out. And it will be just fine. And then bring that up. And then bring this up. And you just want to give them depth. And by giving them a couple of colors, it definitely does that. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of this. And there again, this you just want enough glue to where it sticks. It doesn't, you know, pop off. Nothing structural about this. We don't have to get crazy with it. Just make sure that it's going to stay, right? And then I just line this up potentially in the hole. So I line these two on the edges of the circle because they're cut. And then generally, these line up at the bottom. These line up at the bottom of the circle then. There. Okay. See, and then those line up at the bottom of the circle. And right, how fun is that? Isn't that, I mean, that is pretty fun, right? And then you're going to open, right? Like, yeah, that's going to be there. That is going to be a hoot, isn't it? That is really pretty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut out in white cardstock. We're going to cut out that Floral Frenzy. Let's see where the border. We're going to cut out both of these layers in white cardstock, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Look how pretty this one cut out. Like, isn't that the most delicate thing ever? Like, one pass. Like, I just had to run it through, and it was good. And then this is the background. And so what we're going to do with this is, this one is really simple. You're just going to take your blending brush, and you're going to go on the top where the flowers would be. You're just going to go on the top with your blue, with your whatever your sky color is, right? And blend it down to approximately where grass would be. We're not going for exact by any means. And then what you're going to do is, you probably guessed it, you're going to take your green one, and whatever is residual, you're going to go on the bottom with the green. And that is the extent of that. And my green is petering out a bit, so I'm probably going to get a little bit more, like so. Like so. And then we just have to, and then look at that. Kind of simulates grass and sky a little, right? And then we're going to pop this on here. But we're going to color it first. But right, that kind of looks like sky and grass, right? That's pretty good. So what we want to do here is we want to color this up. And basically, I'm going to use the same purples the same purples that were that I used on the other flowers. But this time I am going to use my water brush. And gonna blend it out. So that way I've got color on all sides. But I'm just gonna keep doing this, just like I did on the other one. So, but the bottom I'm gonna do green, and all the foliage and stuff is all gonna be green. So let me color this up. You don't need to watch this. And I will be right back. Let me see if that, actually that looks pretty good. I think that's going to be, where's my, oh, right, see, that looks pretty good. Or does it probably needs a tiny bit more definition. Maybe just a tad. Maybe just a teeny bit. Here. And let's see what happens with this water brush. I hope I don't have to. See? Generally, you put the water brush over the colors, and they flow down the sides, so you don't have to you don't have to color, make sure you're exact. The water brush gets the color on the rest of the sides where you need it to be. And I think actually I'm going to do that. I think I like that a lot better. Gives it a little bit more depth. So I'm going to do that and then color the foliage in, and I'll be right back. Okay, we got it. Look. Isn't that going to be fun? So we just have to glue this down. And there again, this isn't structural by any means. So just purely decorative. So I don't get every single bit of it, but if I do try to get at least some glue on the bottom, and the top edge of whatever piece is like sticking out, kind of like this, and then the larger spaces down in the center, I try to go back the bottom edge. I try to go back and get all of that. Any piece that's kind of by itself. But I really don't make a big deal about it because it's just purely decorative, and it's going on this other really this other really nice layering piece here. And so that's what's going to structurally hold this all together. And so and some of the glue seeps out, but it's okay. I don't worry about it, and it's going to look just fine. And that's what it looks like there. Like, really good, right? I mean, that is super cute, right? And then that is going to layer on the front of our card right here. So cute, right? Isn't that so cute? And so now we just want to pick what we want to see on the front of our card. And I think we could definitely do it just like this. I think that is super cute like that. And then when it's open, you'll see those other flowers back there. Like, isn't that the cutest thing? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put a strip of glue there. It's art glitter glue. It does a really good job. And I'm just going to center mine. Actually, I'm going to grab these flowers on the end. I want to grab those flowers at the end and make sure line it up at the bottom. And then we're just going to cut off what is left. Like so. And that is super cute. And right, oh my goodness, is that not the cutest thing ever? That is pretty adorable. Now we just need a thinking of you. And I think I'm going to go two-tone on this one. I think I'm going to cut it out in white and ink it up like I did this one here on the purple one, since we're going purple. So I'm going to do a thinking of you let's see where, yeah, right here. I'm going to do that was kind of messy. I'm going to do this one out of there, this thinking of you. Cut it out in white cardstock somewhere. That's the packaging, Kent. We could do that, but I'd like to keep it. Okay, let me find a piece of white cardstock that I don't have to just cut a brand new sheet of. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut this out in white, and then we're going to ink it up, and we're going to ink up this square that I'm going to layer on the inside. And then we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, because we could always put little gems on there. Let's try it. What if? Let's see what it looks like. Whoops, they're sitting on the table. We might as well. Oh my. How cute is that? There's another big one. We could definitely pop those on. Oh my goodness, aren't those so cute? Or should we just leave it? Maybe it's too blingy. Can you have too much bling? Can you? We could pop those on there. We could pop a big one in there. In the center. And go there. What do we think about that? I think that's too blingy. I think I like it just with the cardstock. I think I like that, and I think I want to just ink this up and add some butterflies to it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I just had a piece of Pixie cardstock, which is that light lavender color I was using anyways. And I was like, oh, we'll just cut it out of that. Like that. And then what we'll do is we'll just ink up the top of it with the grape. And then it will already be two-toned. Just get the schmutz off so it doesn't get on my ink pad. Let's see what this looks like. Right? That is pretty cute, right? Oh my goodness. I say that's a winner chicken dinner. That's so what we're doing. Let's see what it looks like on the card. Oh my goodness, right? That is pretty cute. We're sticking. I don't want to add the gems. I like it just the cardstock and the color. And yeah, we're just going to do that. Just going to pop some glue there again. Oh, and I'm only going to put it on the top of the U because the bottom of the YOU is going to hang off a bit. That's the goal anyways, is that it will hang off just a teeny bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay. Alright, and so what about right there? Oh my good night. Is that the cutest thing ever? That is pretty cute, right? Oh my goodness, that is cute. So let's grab some butterflies here. Oops. These little plates are... Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, look at these. We could do blue ones, I guess. We have a lot of blue on there. We could definitely do a blue. Well, they're not small enough, though. And I think I want... Oh, we need smaller ones. What if we... I got, like, schmutz all over my hands. Can we do that? Yeah, that one's really big. That one is really big. I think I am going to have to do like this little yellow one, which has purple. It has lavender in it. It's just primarily yellow, which is not a bad thing. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know what it is. This might be a little too high, or I guess we could do that. We could pop that up right there, and that's pretty cute. Let's pop a dimensional on that guy. And do something like that. Yeah, we'll do it like that. That's pretty cute. I like that. I think that is so cute. What do you guys think of that? That's pretty cute, right? And then let's see. This I'm gonna have to trim this off. I'm gonna trim off just a microscopic amount of that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it first and then we'll ink it up. Hold on. Okay, so we got that, and so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and ink the ink this up with the ink pad, and we're doing there again grape and pixie. Just thought, oh my goodness, I had to cut a little bit off because it wouldn't have fit. Because it was like the exact measurement of the inside of the card, it would have just pushed it out. And so let's do pixie on the bottom of this. And then this will be a fun little matching border for the inside of the card. And won't that be great? And like, how easy was that, right? Maybe do a little pixie up here too. That'll be pretty fun to kind of blend it all in. Look at that. Isn't that great? Okay, so let's pop a little glue on this, and we're done with that. Now these other pieces, and so this is going to go in here like that. Right? That's pretty good, right? Okay. And then that's our second card. We got 2 cards, and I'm like, right? Weren't those kits so fun? These die sets are great, and you can do so many things. And the fact that those other from the Flip It fit in this one, that what was it, that ruffled edge? It's not the ruffled edge, it's the she's got another, it's like a circle Flip It, but it's got the deckled edge Flip It. Those drop-ins fit in this floral one. I mean, that is pretty stinking cool. So just lining it up with the fold. Going to the top edge of the card. And then just trying to line it up to where it's on the inside of the card. You know. And honestly, trying not to get my nasty fingers everywhere, because I know I have glue all over them. Trying to... Okay, let's see. It's not straight by any means, but... okay, if you used your straight eye, it would be way better than this, but, like, that is pretty cute. And we do have a fun butterfly. The other one I actually hid down here, but we could pop that up there. And you could put a sentiment up there. You could do all kinds of stuff up there. But let's see, could we need one to go the other way. This one has purple in it, so let's just do this guy. And we'll do that one there. Yeah, we could do that one there. Let's do that, and then I'll kind of disguise my little jankiness up there. So let's do There. See, I got a spot there. Put a butterfly on it, right? So the motto now is not a flower. We just put a butterfly on it since we're doing butterflies today. All right. If you got a jinky spot or when in doubt, put a butterfly on it. Okay. And does it look bad? I think not. Right? That is pretty cute. It's a little, it could have been straighter. You're right. I know. But how adorable is that card? And for inspiration, that is pretty stinking fun. Yeah, that is pretty good. So there you go there, right? Isn't that pretty good? Let me know what you guys think of these cards. This video is so long. If you're still here, you guys are OGs. You rock. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. And let me know what you guys think of these cards down in the comments below. Hope you're having a terrific week. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye. There, shot of all of them. Woohoo!